Sign the BELA Bill. EFF and GOOD party urge Ramaphosa to ignore threats. The Economic Freedom Fighters has urged President Cyril Ramaphosa to sign the divisive Basic Education Law Amendment BELA Bill into law at the Union buildings on Friday. IOL has previously reported that Ramaphosa is set to sign the controversial BELA Bill into law at the Union buildings, a move which has upset other parties in the Government of National Unity, particularly the Democratic Alliance DA, which has threatened to go to court. The BELA Bill amends section of the South African School Act of 1996 SASA and the Employment of Educators Act 1998 EEA to account for developments in the education landscape since the enactment of the original legislation. On the eve of the scheduled signing, EFF national spokesperson Leanne Murthy said South Africa needs the BELA Bill. The BELA Bill introduces a suite of amendments to address systematic inequalities of basic education in South Africa. The DA is vehemently opposed to the bill because of its inherent hatred of the African child, said Murthy. We particularly support the fact that heads of departments will now be given the final authority to determine the admission and language policies at schools. The school governing bodies are currently solely responsible for this, and this has enabled them to use this power to exclude African learners and entrench racism at the schools. This power has been used as a tool in the hands of white supremacists to isolate African languages and exclude African children from attending public schools that were formerly exclusively white, she said. On the other hand, the GOOD party led by Minister Patricia de Lille has also thrown its weight behind the BELA Bill. Most of the opposition to the bill has been caused by the typical mass hysteria of the DA. This does very little to address the real educational challenges faced by the majority of South Africans, Secretary General of GOOD, Brett Heron, told IOL. Education is a serious issue and there is no time for political games and disinformation, even more so now that the DA finds themselves in the GNU. Using vague, empty threats of instability in government is childish and reflects very poor leadership by those who are supposed to be working for all South Africans. Heron said that the bill tried to achieve is largely sensible and in line with the Constitution and the judgment of the courts. In the main, GOOD supports the BELA Bill. However, the bill itself is inadequate to solve the predominant issue in South Africa's education system: poor quality infrastructure, teaching and teaching resources, he said. The BELA Bill is a small step forward, but the fight must still go on for the true fulfillment of the right of access to adequate education for every child. Earlier, IOL reported that DA spokesperson Willie Oakam said the president is threatening the GNU, which was formed after the May 29th general elections when the ANC lost its majority. It is very important to realize that the DA is not threatening to exit the Government of National Unity. The threat to the GNU currently is from the president's side. The president knew how we and other parties feel about this and he decided to carry on irrespective of our feelings. So it is the ANC that is, in their actions, being a threat to the GNU. We must protect this GNU at all costs, and the Democratic Alliance will look at all the options available. Plus, should this be signed into law, we will take this to court. We will take this to the Constitutional Court if it needs be. We will look at the options available to us, said Oakam. On the other hand, civil rights group AfriForum threatened that it will process the legal steps as soon as Ramaphosa signs the BELA Bill. AfriForum views the Basic Education Law Amendment Bill BELA as an attempt at cultural ethnic cleansing by the ANC government as the implementation of the bill will enable the destruction of linguistic and cultural communities' school, thereby jeopardizing the group's cultural existence, said Ona Bailey, head of culture affairs at AfriForum. AfriForum made an announcement during a joint media conference alongside Solidarity Helping Hand, Discolendo Steningstrom SOS, and the Federatie vas Afrikaans Cultuurverenigings FAK on Wednesday. According to Bailey, over the years, thousands of members of AfriForum and the wider public have pledged their support to AfriForum's sharp opposition to the bill. Here's everything you need to know about the BELA Bill. The Basic Education Law Amendment BELA Bill is in the spotlight once again after the presidency announced that President Cyril Ramaphosa will sign it into law officially on Friday. The Democratic Alliance, a partner in the Government of National Unity GNU, has called for an urgent meeting with the Ramaphosa as the party believes that in its current form the bill is unconstitutional. Addressing the media on Wednesday, Ramaphosa spokesperson Vincent Magwenya said the president remains firmly committed to engaging fully and openly with parties in the Government of National Unity on this or any other matter of concern. What is the BELA Bill? The BELA Bill proposes significant amendments to the South African School Act SASA of 1996 and the Educators Employment Act of 1998. These are the amendments that are expected to be made. 1. Making grade R compulsory. The BELA Bill proposes to make grade R the compulsory start of school. Grade R, which currently forms part of the Early Childhood Development ECD, will expand to 7,888 schools under the new mandate. 2. Criminalizing parental negligence in school attendance. In addition to making grade R compulsory, the bill seeks to criminalize parents who fail to ensure their children attend school, with potential jail time as a consequence. It also states that anyone disreputing school activities is liable to a maximum of 12 months in prison. 3. Home education regulation. The amendment allows the department head to conduct site visits before registering home education. It enables the Minister of Basic Education to regulate the registration and administration of home education, acknowledging the preference of some parents for homeschooling over public schooling. 4. Language policy in schools. The amendment requires school governing bodies to submit their language policy for approval. These policies must consider the linguistic needs for the broader community. 5. Accommodating religion in school codes of conduct. The bill proposes that school codes of conduct respect cultural and religious beliefs, including provisions for students to seek exemptions from certain code requirements. 6. Ban of corporal punishment. The bill reaffirms the prohibition of corporal punishments in schools, proposing fines or imprisonment for those who administer it. Why is concern mounting? Critics of the bill, including, argue that the BELA Bill undermines the authority of school governing bodies, SGBs, and centralizes decision-making power. The DA is arguing Ramaphosa to send the BELA Bill back to Parliament for amendments that must bring it in line with the Constitution. Action SA is disappointed but unsurprised that despite intensive efforts by civil society, teachers, and political parties, the flawed BELA Bill will be signed into law. Meanwhile, advocacy group AfriForum said it will proceed with legal action if the bill is signed. Since the first draft of this bill appeared in 2017, AfriForum has steadfastly been objecting to the articles in it which amends the rights of governing bodies to have the final say about school admissions and language policies, said AfriForum's Alana Bailey. Burley says over the years, thousands of members of AfriForum and the wider public have pledged their support to this organization's opposition to the bill. And that's it from Egypt's Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.